Could this be the best under $500 electric skateboard in the market today? Let's find out right after this intro. Hey guys, Gabby here from Ray Studios, and today I'm gonna be reviewing the Possway T3. First, let's do a quick unboxing. Alright, here it is. The box came pretty nicely packed, and as soon as we open this, we can find the Possway T3. And this is a very interesting design, but more on that later. Inside the box we have another smaller box, and in this one we have a multi-Allen key, we have the T-tool, the instruction manual, we have a charging cable for the remote and for the board, and the charging brick, and of course the remote controller. Alright guys, here it is, the Possway T3. First, let's take a quick look at the design. We have a grip tape here with just a small logo and the lines. We have the small arrow here so you know in which direction you're going, and the branding. And there is a bit of a concave. Let me see if you can appreciate it right there. There is a bit of a concave. There is also a drop-down deck design, but it's very, very gentle. And I gotta say, this feels like it's gonna be very comfortable, but I'll tell you more on that later after I ride it. We also can see here, just by looking at it, that we have a pretty big battery case, so I'm guessing the range is gonna be good. And that's what actually Possway told me, that from all the other under $500 electric skateboards, this one stands out by having way better range. We also have 105mm wheels with a 78A durometer, and on the back we have the sleeve. Well, this is what it would be called Cloud Wheel Donuts, but they're not from the brand Cloud Wheels, but they're extremely similar, and I haven't noticed any difference from these wheels from the original Cloud Wheels. So that's something, in case you are concerned, they're actually very comfortable. If you live in an area that have very bad roads, these wheels will make that ride a lot more comfortable. Now, before I get out there and test this out, I want to show you quickly the remote. It is pretty small. It's one of the smallest remote controllers that I have, and we have a small screen as well, but with a lot of information. So we have the board battery, the remote battery, odometer, and then a partial odometer, and then we have the gears and the braking gears and the speed. Pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about it, this is a micro USB connection, and yeah, I would rather have something like a Type-C connection. Anyway, time for me to go out there and test this out. Alright guys, it's been a few days since I've been riding the Possway T3, and I gotta say, really not bad for an under $500 board. It rides pretty good, it's good for carving, it's very, very stable at high speed. Here are a few things that I have to mention. First, the deck, it seems to have a concave. I don't know how much can we see that concave, and a drop down design, and to be honest, it's all very gentle. I can barely notice the drop down and the concave. It's there, I can feel it, and it's just about good enough so I know where my feet are. The other thing that I want to mention is this one right here. So the battery case is already all scratched, and that's because it's pretty big and it doesn't quite clear some of the bumps. Now, I don't think this is danger, you're not gonna break it. It barely touches, and I went through some pretty big speed bumps. I've been riding through some really bad roads, and that's because the area where I live, it just have these roads that are in pretty bad condition, and the 105mm wheels handle it pretty well. But I gotta say, in some really bad roads, I kind of feel I think the hub motors a little bit more than with some other boards, but generally speaking, it's actually pretty good. Because some of you actually care, let's talk about the specs. Possway claims a range of 80 miles or 30 kilometers. I got just a little bit over 20, and I think that is still actually pretty good, especially for a budget board. They claim a top speed of 28 miles per hour or 46 kilometers, and this is actually a lot more accurate. This board have a pretty good top end speed. They have a max payload of 150 kilograms or 330 pounds, and somewhere around 220 pounds, about 92 kilograms. So it did pretty well with me. The battery is 280 watts, 7.8 amps, 42 volts, 10 S3P. It has two 500 watts motors, and the deck is of 1-ply bamboo and 8-ply Canadian maple. Well guys, I gotta say, for under $500, this is quite an accomplishment. It is really hard to make something like this at that price, and commercialize it and ship it all over the world. So kudos to Possway, they did a pretty good job, and this particular under $500 does have pretty good range. It's not as much as what they claim, at least with me, a heavy rider on an area with a lot of hills, but still pretty good and beats some of the other more expensive boards when it comes to range, and it's actually pretty decent in every single situation. It's good for carving, good at high speed. It's just when it climbs that it's slowed down a little bit, and other than that, it's just very good. Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this board, and if you like it and you decided to purchase one, there are links in the description down below. I'm Gabby from Ray Studios, and I'll catch you up on the next video.